Hi, this is Julie Thompson reporting from IAB's Innovation Days at Internet Week New York. I'm here with Troy Young, the president of Say Media. Hi, Troy.
Hi, how are you?
Very well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So you just left the stage and you gave a great presentation, very inspiring, on switching out the USP for the POV.
I mean, I think that media structures dictate how we create content. And so the old one said, make it simple, make it short, and repeat, and that's your USP. And point of view is much more expensive. It's about having a place in the world, and it's about telling people what you believe in and engaging with them in a way that sort of acknowledges, like, that finds a place for them in the communication experience. So I think POV is a really important way to get young marketers to think, to be honest.
Yeah, and I loved how you reinvented the brief and how, the unique selling proposition has been replaced by, instead of, who's the target, what is our point of view?
Yeah, and what is our point of view, and what are people talking about, and what do we have to say? I mean, I think that's the big one. It works, obviously, with our brand, but it's, I think everybody has something to say, and I think that we've controlled it so much in organizations that if we bring in the right people and we create the right constructs, we can make incredible content, and I think there's room for all kinds of companies to participate.
Yes, and speaking of great companies, you had really good examples, everything from, well, J.Crew. Why don't you talk about J.Crew quickly?
Well, they're an amazing example because, listen, retail is so tangible and physical, and you can see it, and I think what's cool about J.Crew is they used to sell their own stuff, and it was getting boring, and it felt like it was hard to differentiate between them and Banana Republic and maybe a little bit of the Gap, and fast fashion came in, and they said, hey, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on point of view, and we're going to sell other people's stuff, and we're going to curate something remarkable, and I think it's really working. Michelle, she loves it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And then some of the creative examples you gave were amazing, from P&G, IBM, Chipotle. What was the common thread to each of them?
They all sort of start in a way with "we believe," so they're all, to me, anchored in an idea about what that organization can contribute to the world and what their unique sort of belief system is. And I think when you do that, amazing things come out. Consumers say, oh my God, I believe that too. And it feels really good. And then I think it's also when you get that right, it's much, much easier to create content because it's a great starting point.
Mm-hmm. And this conference literally is themed about screens to the nth power. And
Mm-hmm.
How do you, tell us about Say Media and how you empower brands across all screens. How is that working?
We work with a lot of amazing content creators, and we're innovators in advertising. So we bring those two things together. Like, how do you engage people with advertising, and how do you help brands have something to say? So, the business has really changed. It used to be sort of about a brand performance platform priced on engagement and the efficiency around that. We've taken that and built content on top of it, and you've seen us aggressively buy media properties and continue to build that side of the business. So I see it as a different sort of industrial structure around content. That's what we're trying to create, rooted in technology, but the same focus and kind of reverence for great content creators.
Excellent. And how are you navigating across screens, though? Does your content change, whether it's tablet or connected TV? How do you work that?
We have this platform called Orion, and it's our sort of newfangled CMS platform. We just actually won an award yesterday as the best content platform from Digiday. But it's look at that plug. The idea
Very
is that
subtle,
I think what we're trying to do is we look at content almost like an API, and it needs to take the shape of whatever device it's in. So it's 3 columns if it's on your desktop, it's 2 columns if it's on a horizontal tablet, and it's 1 column if it's on a mobile phone. So we've created this structure to deliver sort of seamlessly in any environment, and then the ad system is aware of context. So when the request goes back to the ad server, it says, what kind of environment is that? And if it's a touch environment, deliver an ad that makes most sense in a touch environment. So we're really thinking a lot about that, and we're on the app side. You make apps if you can serve the customer better because of the app. So we're cautious about sort of just creating apps for their own sake, and rather really being thoughtful about why you create them.
One thing that I think the audience really responded to was when you said, what we create for our advertisers has to be as extraordinary as what we create for our audiences. And what did you mean by that exactly?
Well, as a content marketer, you're competing with people without legal departments and out bosses, and you're competing with pornographers and anybody who creates content. And why should we not hold ourselves? I mean, it's all content. So when we ask our editors to work with us to create content for a brand, we respect the audience in the same way. I mean, we're always transparent about it, but I think the whole key to it is just sort of bringing the same passion to that content.
Yeah, and having that strong point of view. What about when, I guess, one of your editors told you, be prepared to piss off 20% of the people 20% of the time?
We do.
Right?
I mean, I think we occasionally. I'd love to tell you a story. I'm not sure it's right. It happened yesterday. Jane Pratt has this, I don't know if you know who Jane is, and it's a very vocal, open community. She'll do posts, there'll be 500 comments, but it's a certain type of community. It's like the real iVillage, right? And it's, so, we're doing a sponsorship with a big company Jane is doing these posts for this company, and they are so Jane, and they're really edgy. And at first I was really nervous. I think you have to be prepared to lose a few, but in the service of a bigger ideal. So,
yeah. But do you think that's a prerequisite for brands, that they can't be, that they have to take a bit of a risk?
Well, in this case, it was really rewarding to see a really active dialogue in the comment section around the particular product, which to me is like such a win. And it was largely positive. So. I think that saves us a little bit because the community's talking in a positive way. But yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for years, that brands have to get used to it. Yeah.
Okay. So what's next for Say Media?
Well, we got a lot of work to do. I mean, we'll continue buying media properties. We're really focused on 4 categories: food, style, living, and technology. And really investing in the technology to make it work across any environment. That's really what our focus is.
Great. Well, keep innovating. I know IAB appreciates it, and everyone here in the audience appreciated it. So thank you, Troy.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to meet you.